Hi guys. Well, here I'm going to be making a quadcopter parachute recovery system. And as you see, I have my quadcopter. On top of my quadcopter, covering my KK2 controller board, I have a Tupperware container. Now, on top of this, I have glued another Tupperware container. Now, this is a rather flimsy one, and it's just a cheap Chinese one. On top of this, inside this, I have two pieces of string. Now I've cut two holes, one there and one there, in the Tupperware container. Now this in the flimsy Tupperware container. I've threaded the two bits of string through there. They then travel underneath the ply frame of my quadcopter, and they are tied in a knot underneath. So they go down through this container, under my frame, and are tied together. They then come up here, tied together there, and again there, to make this loop. Now what this does is this is where we're going to be attaching the actual parachute to. Now this means that the weight of the parachute and the drag it's creating won't just be pulling on this tub, they'll be pulling on the actual quadcopter frame itself. So it's nice and strong, you can pull as hard as you can and it's not going to just pull this tub off or anything. Now, I have a bit of Depron, which is cut out approximately to the shape of that. What I'm going to do is put some tape down there, just to hold it on. So, no special tape, just standard gaffer tape. Now this is green, this quadcopter is already a mess, so it doesn't really matter that it won't match. Remember, it's just to save your quadcopter and any expensive gear you have on it. I've already lost some expensive gear due to quadcopter failure, so this should prevent any further loss. So just simply tape it down. Two bits of tape should do to create a hinge. There we go. So that's taped down and it's free to open. Now, for the actual parachute release, we're going to be using one servo. This is just a 9-gram servo, not very strong, but it will do the trick. Now go onto the opposite side of the hinge, so the hinge flaps open that way, and you want to glue the servo on just like that. Make sure it's centered. As you can see, this one's centered, so that's fine. If it's not, just plug your radio in and center it. Now I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on the back of this servo. Now don't spare any, because you need this to be a nice strong hold. Now we're going to glue it on the center, just like that, on that Tupperware container. So there we have it. As you can see, my receiver is just there, so it's nice and easy just to plug it in. Now on the other side of my quadcopter frame, I've already threaded two rubber bands attached together like that onto this bottom Tupperware container. Now this gives us a nice strong hold for the rubber band, and once this glue is dried on this servo, we'll be able to simply pull this up, bring it over, and attach it onto that servo. Nice and simple, nice and quick and easy. Now for the actual parachute, I have here, I followed Experimental Airlines instructional video on making one, and I've made a 60-inch parachute. This fabric is called dressing liner or dress liner, and it's really easy to find. I just went to my local fabric shop for it and found it, and on the bottom, on Experimental Airlines video, he used a mesh type stuff fabric. I tried this and it didn't let enough air through, so instead I've used 8 lines of strong string. Now this is actually kite line, so it's really strong, can hold up to about 2 tons. And the loop, this is where the loop comes in. you simply put 2 fingers through the loop like that, wrap it over, that makes a double loop, and then you just thread that through like that, and give it a little tug. Now this is nice and strong, easy to take off. You can do a more advanced knot than that, but that's just nice and easy. You can just whip the parachute off to save weight if you don't want it, but I suggest leaving it on. And then to put it in, you simply coil your string up in there, like so. Take your parachute, hold the top, fold over once, twice, then that's a 3rd fold. Wrap your string up like that, and just pop it in, fold over the lid, bring the rubber band over, and put it on the servo. And then once you plug your servo in, of course, when you release, it will simply do that. Parachute pings out, it's above the props, so none of the lines are going to get caught, and it will just come out like that. Nice and easy. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to comment on the video, like it, subscribe. Thanks guys.